Hi, this is Tom Kane, the voice of Jedi Master Yoda. And this is Inside the Force. Listen, you will. Foreseen it I have, yes.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Hello and welcome back to Inside the Force. David Cottingham here, and of course with me, Casey Cooley.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome. I know we've been a little out of it for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
we apologize. I've been out of it.
Yeah, I've just been watching the trailer over and over again.
Yes, as everybody should be. Had some illnesses in the family, December is just so hectic because my birthday's in there, my daughter's birthday, and Christmas, and I don't know, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But not making any excuses because we got shows to do.
Yeah.
So
Star Wars.
And
yes.
Again, it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. Got a lot of stuff to go over. A lot of stuff to talk about. Our last episode that we did, we talked about the 88-second trailer that was out there.
Yeah.
The one that everybody's watching and commenting on. So we obviously the last time we talked was basically right after we saw it. So now that we've had this time to digest it and kind of read everybody's responses from it,
yeah.
What's your mindset now on the trailer?
I mean, I still love it, absolutely. And it's even more exciting kind of reading everybody's speculation on it. I mean, there's really not much else.
What are you reading most about, you think?
Probably, I don't know. It seems like a lot of here and there, but a lot of course, about the Sith or the dark side guy and kind of how he might relate, and kind of I'm still reading a lot about Luke Skywalker and how he fits into the movie.
Right.
And actually, that's one of the things that we'll talk about is kind of a little potential Easter egg at about Luke Skywalker in this trailer, but kind of just how the dark side guy, like who he might be, how he fits, and what that context of that scene is, because it's a very mysterious scene. Because honestly, every scene we can kind of guess, what's going on, but that one with when we know his name, but
right.
That with the dark side guy, it's just very mysterious. It's what is he doing? Where is he? Why is he presumably alone, or I don't know. It's so there's a lot of theories about that and about his lightsaber.
Yeah, the one thing I've been hearing a lot about and a lot of debating going on, but I think it's been confirmed, and I think it has been confirmed as soon as yesterday or today, but whether or not that's Tatooine that they
that's right.
on.
Yeah.
And we have been preaching that we've heard from the beginning that that's not Tatooine. It's another desert planet.
Right.
So, but I've been people have been commenting like, well, it looks like Tatooine. Why would they have two planets that look the same? I mean, there's probably two planets that look the same. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
So I don't think that was a valid argument, but apparently it's been. It was in a vague tweet, I think, about the special that we were talking about before, that came out after this little featurette that came out after the marathon yesterday. That said hints, it said something like familiar location,
right?
And
it was
So I don't think it's been completely spelled out, but I think it's basically everybody's kind of convinced now that it is Tatooine.
Right. I mean, I guess it's makes sense, really, but
well,
yeah,
kind of.
heard...
But I mean, how do you know that it's not referring to the shot of the X-wings on Yavin or something?
Yeah,
because that's a familiar location. So I'm not completely sold that it's Tatooine, to be honest. Because I for some reason, part of me thinks that if it was in one of those shots, you would have saw twin suns. Just to kind of let you know where it's
Jawa,
at.
not necessarily Jawas, but maybe like a sandcrawler in the background. That would have been cool.
Yeah, so I'm not completely sold that it's Tatooine. I mean, you never heard of Tatooine being a junk planet, which is what this is referred to as? Mm-hmm. But after maybe 30 years, I guess they turned it. I don't know.
And to like the same rumor, people, I guess the same source that kind of, I think, talked about these rumors that came true in the trailer, like the John Boyega as a stormtrooper, the fact that there is a desert planet, and the fact that Ridley's character is like hiding out in an AT-AT kind of thing.
Yeah,
I feel like the same source talked about how it was a junk planet that is not Tatooine.
Yes, I think you're right.
But it's, I mean, there's. Yeah, I heard a lot about that desert planet, and just still a lot of people, talking about, why is John Boyega a stormtrooper kind of thing? What exactly is he doing there? Because he obviously doesn't fit in, like how short he is and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So
a lot of speculation.
So what do you want to do? You want to get into all that, or you want to just kind of knock out some news first?
Well, I guess we can kind of let's hit on some names. Can we talk about the names real quick, I suppose, and talk about the trailer? I feel like we should talk all at the same time. I don't know. It all just relates.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, I think maybe let's just throw out there a couple of these little things that came up over the past week. I think that that add to the Star Wars craze.
Let's just let it flow. Let
it go. Let's just let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. There it is.
It's Disney, right?
That's true.
The one big news I think that I was so excited to hear today, and you mentioned it earlier, was the return of Yoda to a animated series, which is coming to Rebels, and it's coming sooner than you think. It's actually the day it comes back.
Oh, great!
Path of the Jedi, airing Monday, January 5th. Now, I mean, this is weird. The great thing about it, but the weird thing about it to me, though, is Frank Oz is coming back to voice Yoda.
Yeah, that surprised me too.
So that's a great thing, but then it's kind of odd because, Tom Caney's Yoda now. To me, in a sense, he's the voice of the animated Yoda.
You're right.
And what's funny is, I don't know if you read it, but like. We're actually going to see Yoda.
Yeah. It's going to be a voice.
Yeah, it's going to be a voice. So, which is strange. I think you're, and I hope it's. I'm pretty sure it's going to be explained, but you're kind of diving into a completely different part of the Force, because we all know that he's on Dagobah at this point. Mm-hmm. And I got to throw it out there that the article I was reading about this, like, they spelled Dagobah wrong.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, what? I almost commented, but
losers.
I didn't. But this is completely different, because you've got someone that's not a Force ghost, not passed away, but they're going to be talking to Kanan and Ezra. So I'm not sure we've had that before, right?
I mean, I guess not in this sense, where, that, he's exiled, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. It's talking. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, while they're alive, no, I can't think of, in the movies, that is, I can't think of anything.
Yeah. I was trying to think.
Films,
I was trying to think in Clone Wars. Does Anakin or Obi-Wan? See, it's not like they ever commune with each other.
Yeah, not voice. Yeah, like they always sense. You always
Yes.
sense the feelings, but not like actually communicate telepathically to one another.
Yeah, it's I really think that that's kind of weird, to be honest. Like, I don't know how they're going to explain what he's doing or how he's doing that.
Yeah, it seems very risky for Yoda since he's trying to
be in exile, right?
Hidden. Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to shroud himself in the Force.
Totally.
Or use the Force to hide him. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Very, very good point. So anyway, that's Frank Oz. Pretty impressive to get him back on the show. You get James Earl Jones to return as Vader, and then you get Frank Oz to return as Yoda. So it's pretty neat.
Yep.
And again, that returns. The show starts its next part of the season Monday, January 5th on Disney XD. So another thing I wanted to bring up was what we talked about as well is these awesome Q&As.
Yes.
Now, I think that's on the YouTube channel is just portions of what's actually on the Blu-rays.
Okay.
So these are just quick pieces of what's on there, I believe, because it keeps advertising the Blu-rays at the end. So
Right.
I'm assuming the whole thing is on there. But great topics that they're hitting on.
Right.
Now what it is if you haven't been to it, just go to youtube.com/Star Wars. And there's a playlist called Star Wars Clone Wars. And right now you got... I think you got 6 videos right now called the Q&As of the Lost Missions. And very interesting ones that have been brought up. And basically, it's basically the Q&A that was recorded with Leland Chee. And he's got Dave Filoni and Tom Kane, our very own Tom Kane, and Matt Lanter, I think, is on there, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically just questions that we all have about some of the episodes of the Lost Missions. So I don't know which one you thought was the most interesting.
I just saw. Well, I like the one I just saw about a Yoda on the Force planet because those very cryptic, very kind of deep and mysterious and layered series of episodes. But this one focused more heavily on that actual planet he went to, like the source, of life and of the Force and all that kind of stuff. And we saw those I can't remember what they're called, those beings, those Force beings,
the priestesses,
not the precogs, yeah, like the precepts or precepts, whatever, something like that. And it was Filoni just talking about how once again that was a George Lucas idea. And George Lucas came up to Dave Filoni and said, let's do, a planet that's the source of life, the source of the Force.
Mm-hmm.
And just totally threw the Clone Wars crew for a loop because figuring out how to portray that. And it was, the part I loved most interesting was, Filoni describing how this planet that he was on, in a way, it's not really a planet of sorts. It's more just an embodiment of the Force. And the Force kind of manifested this planet, and it manifests it for a little while, then moves to another place in the universe. So it's like a constantly moving, in a way, planet. And he says that that it's the planet Mortis from the Clone Wars. He is pretty much the same thing, which kind of explains that partially explains. I feel like that Mortis series of episodes where was it a Force dream, was it real, was it not, and kind of to me now what Dave Filoni said, that was in fact real, and it was just a manifestation of the Force, which we kind of assumed, but that was it's confirmed, that I thought it was just pretty cool to finally get some sort of answers about those episodes.
Yeah, I thought the one about the Force Ghosts was pretty good.
Yeah.
because Filoni kind of defended Lucas putting Anakin, as in Hayden Christensen's Anakin, at the end of Return of the Jedi, which I completely agree with.
Right.
And it's the simple fact that, look, you are restored as a Force ghost as your last known, basically how you were in the light,
right,
and not in the dark. So
because
very simple.
Because dark side users cannot do Force ghosts.
Correct.
They just don't know how. They just can't do it.
But but there was a good question in which I want to see the full Q&A about it. But there was a question from the audience saying, like, well, if Yoda learned from Qui-Gon, taught Obi-Wan, who taught Anakin?
True.
So there is that question out there, and it's weird because I want to go back and watch it because I think it was a great episode arc. But Filoni brought up the whole Mortis thing when he talked to Qui-Gon,
right?
That the seed was kind of planted there that this is possible, maybe possible, even though Obi-Wan didn't really want to believe in it. So who knows? I mean, maybe we'll get it explained one day.
Yeah.
But it would.
Very
But
cool.
I found it funny though in one of those episodes that even Filoni was like, maybe not confused, but he was a little, taken aback about all of the continuity of Star Wars. It sounded like, like how difficult it really is to keep everything. And I'm assuming the story group, that's why they were created. But because I don't know if you remember him saying something like, we would be talking about this story, and then we'd be like, wait a minute, we got to call Leland and Hidalgo up here and get them up here to make sure we're doing this right, so
right,
which is great to know. But I can see, he did say it did seem like it was very difficult for them to write stories around stuff because they had to worry about obviously everything that's out there, especially now.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool thing out there. Go check that out on the YouTube channels. And again, I think it's on the Blu-rays, the full Q&As. I actually almost bought the Blu-rays the other day. I'm going to go back and get them. It's so hard to do that, even though I will do it because it's Star Wars. But it's so hard to do it because I have Netflix and it's right on Netflix. If I want to watch them, but if I want to get the extra stuff,
right.
Got to go out and fork the Blu-rays over. It's so hard. I mean, it really is. Like, this is a whole other podcast. Maybe this is a whole. This is on the 21 podcast. Talking about this whole like whether or not Blu-rays are even worth buying anymore.
Right.
I mean, granted, they're cheap as dirt now. I mean, you can get them really. I mean, there was a bin at Best Buy for $4.99 Blu-rays.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they can't even give those away. I mean, but the thing about it is why you got all these streaming methods, you got direct, on demand and Redbox and I don't know. So anyway,
like YouTube lately, but anyways,
absolutely.
Anyways,
so those are really cool things that are out there. I think the Clone Wars thing, and then of course Yoda coming back on Rebels. Did we? Oh man, I can't remember. Have we talked about the finale? Yeah, okay. So we talked about the finale a couple episodes ago.
Oh yeah, Rebels. Yep.
Yeah. So we're caught up on that. What else we got besides going back to the trailer?
Let me scroll through here. I mean, really, not much. I mean, it's just been nothing but dissecting the trailer for the past couple of weeks.
Well, what's some of the rumors you talked about some releases coming up, I think, right?
Well, they're saying that this week is we might have a poster for episode 7 this week. But I've heard even this Thursday.
Wow.
Be more specific. I mean, I guess it's probable. I mean, it's hard for me to kind of theorize when things are coming out now because I've been surprised on every front of it. I didn't think we'd get the trailer this soon.
Yeah, and I think the poster, I would think if it's just a tease, it might just be like the Millennium Falcon on flying or something like that, But I mean, J.J. Abrams might release some nice little viral
little tease, like something additional, like, oh my gosh, like get us even more excited, like release the face of the villain or like Luke's silhouette or something.
Yeah, that's true. God, if we get something like that,
that would be crazy. But I wonder if they'll like make the logo, the Star Wars logo, more like the prequels, or if they'll keep it the way we've been seeing it so far. Or
I think it's gonna stay the way we've been seeing it.
Yeah,
to be honest, I really don't think, which I don't know if it's good or bad yet. I haven't decided, but I don't think it's anywhere. Like, I don't think it's going to be an episode 7 on there anywhere.
I don't think so either. That's the intention I got when or the impression I got when I first read about the title.
Yes,
and the release, because it was released as Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it seems like they're. It doesn't seem like they're dropping the episodic term, but it just seems like they're not advertising it.
Yeah, they've said, though, they've gone on record to say it will be in the crawl.
Yes,
to keep it.
I agree
continuity,
but it's almost as if they're even when I look back at like some write ups and even on their website, it's almost like they're saying it's this is Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and then there's Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars: A New Hope, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. They're not actually saying the episodes, because it almost as if you should know it's the episodes.
Yeah.
Even though, because when you click on films, now the biggest question is what's going to happen. When you go to the website now, which I'm a huge fan of when they redid their website. I think their website is phenomenal now. How they have everything's grouped together: films, events, TV shows, community, data bank. Which is another thing I wanted to bring up, but we can do this another show. But the data bank, how they're updating that pretty consistently now,
right?
And how everything on there is pure canon, obviously. But anyway, we can get that into another show. But anyway, so when you click on films, you get. There's a little banner that says Star Wars Film Selector, and it's got 1, 2 episodes. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then underneath that, it's got little panels for each one. Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Blah blah blah. So what the curious thing that's going to happen is when they add the first standalone film on here.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, is that going to have its own section, or is it going to be in the same group? Because obviously, that's not part of the episodes, so that's simply going to refer to whatever title it has. Yeah.
And you don't have to necessarily, you don't have to watch it to understand the other films, though, right? I guess
apparently not. But, that's another thing we should talk about. I don't think we got a chance to talk about it, right? The rumor of what the first standalone movie could be. I think we did talk about it, actually, did we?
The bounty hunter heist,
yes. Yeah.
But, okay, well, here's the thing. This whole Sony leak, with all the emails.
Right.
There was, and I don't know if this fits. I feel like someone might just be jumping on the bandwagon and creating this rumor. But presumably, there was also a leak of some emails exchange where there was mention of the first standalone film. Or actually, it's episodes 8 and 9 in the first standalone. Yeah, and the first standalone film, where 8 and 9 might be... Or it looks like it's going to be Luke and Leia storylines,
right?
And
which I don't know how that is true, because why would Sony?
That's exactly why I thought it was. Yeah,
I think that's bogus. There's so much things going on saying, look at the Sony hack. This says this. The Sony hack says. It's like, wait a minute. Yeah. How is this relevant? Because that's not even Sony. It's like Fox.
Yeah.
Or
right.
Because there's rumors of a Sony leak about, the whole something with the X-Men, and I'm like, but that's Fox. Why would Sony know anything that Fox is doing?
Yeah,
and this is Disney.
Yeah, I think if you read carefully, if this is a real leak, that the guys in the emails are referring to rumors that they have heard themselves.
Yeah,
because they even mention in the email, this guy says the first standalone film is he heard is thought to be about bounty hunters, about Boba Fett. So they even refer to the rumor itself in that email. So I feel like that if this is legit, that they're kind of going off rumors that they have also heard in the industry. Mm-hmm. But that's an interesting rumor that I have not heard yet. Is that the movies are, instead of being about the new generation, that it's actually about Luke and Leia.
Yeah, and again, I don't know how much stock you can actually put into that, because I always, at least it seems like they were talking about it from the beginning, how this is supposed to introduce who this next saga is supposed to be about.
Right.
John Boyega and Daisy Ridley, and
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think they're still going to be in it, the original cast.
Yeah.
But anyway, another awesome bit of news real fast. Star Wars Rebels Season 2 is apparently supposed to be set to premiere at Celebration Anaheim.
Oh, that's right. Like the first couple episodes, isn't it?
Yes. Which is weird, because Season 1 I don't even think will be done, will it?
No, and they're going to air the last episode at Celebration and the first 2 episodes of Season 2. So it's like a over hour long basically Rebels movie.
We're going.
That they're watching.
We're going.
Yeah, we're there. I'm already there. I'm there. I'm waiting in line.
And that's the thing. I think you can buy tickets. I think you have to buy separate tickets to this, possibly.
Oh wow!
So, what's awesome is obviously they'll have a panel there. They're having the panel there, which is going to consist of Dave Filoni, and then series stars Freddie Prinze Jr., Vanessa Marshall, who's Hera, Tia Sakar, who is Sabine, Steve Bloom, who is Zeb, Taylor Gray, who's Ezra, and other special guests. That's pretty awesome. So if you can make it to Star Wars Celebration, man, we were there. We've been there every celebration, the past 4 or 5 of them, and they did the last one. They did I think it wasn't. They were premiering Season 5 of Clone Wars.
Yeah,
we couldn't make it there. But we went to a special screening of the season, and that's when we saw Lucas come out, which was awesome. But any chance you get to go to celebrations and go check out that stuff, man, it is just phenomenal. Because you are literally sitting there surrounded by Star Wars fans, and there's nothing.
It's
better
pretty
than
cool.
that. Yeah, so awesome. So we're going to keep talking about it and pushing it. So if you can, 2015 April, Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim, California. Obviously, there's rumors about another trailer possibly debuting then. Yeah. All kinds of stuff. Episode 7 is going to be there. All right, so let's talk about this trailer a little bit more.
All right.
So,
go
ahead.
I think we should first get the names out of the way so we can start referring to them as their names.
Sure.
All right. Well, it was this past week, very, very surprisingly, even more so than the trailer, to me, honestly, because I wasn't even thinking that we would get this anytime soon. The names of these characters, they were released in these kind of vintage Star Wars trading cards, which is what actually, and this is what they used to do, right? They used to have these trading cards of Star Wars.
Well, they still make them. Every movie's got trading cards. Yeah.
Yeah. So Star Wars, I guess it was first leaked to Entertainment Weekly for some reason, but I got a hold of, I believe, 8 trading cards from Episode 7. Now they're just screen caps, just screenshots from the trailers, nothing new, no new images. And then
which completely made me think that this was fake.
Right.
To be honest.
Yeah, it could be easily made up. But in these, 5 of the 8 give us the names of our main characters. We have John Boyega as, let me make sure my iPad's being a little slow today.
Finn.
John Boyega, it's just Finn. That's all they release is Finn. First or last name, we don't know. The next one is Daisy Ridley's character, and her name is Rey, Rey, Rey. Once again, just a name, just a first last name. The Oscar Isaac character is Poe Dameron.
Yep.
Poe Dameron. And then the little soccer ball droid, his name is BB-8. The letters B, B, and 8. BB-8.
Yep.
And then the villain that we saw in the trailer, the dark side villain, his name is Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren. So very similar name in a way to Rey. I don't know if there's a connection. Who can say? But and it's really cool because these cards, they give little, kind of what we call in TCG flavor text in a way.
Yes.
Like it says, Kylo Ren ignites his lightsaber. It says, Poe Dameron. Let me try to find it again. Poe Dameron in his X-Wing. BB-8 on the move.
Yeah.
Says Rey on her speeder and Finn on the run. Which actually, that is the most, I think, interesting to me. It says Finn on the run. Kind of, in a way, tells us what's going on in that scene. So we can pretty much assume what's happening. He seems like he's on the run, but it's cool to have some sort of confirmation. And then there's the last few are ones of the stormtroopers in that shuttle. It says stormtroopers prepare for battle. X-wings for the X-wing one. X-wings in formation.
Yeah. And
the last one's just the Millennium Falcon. So each card comes with a number, and it's been confirmed that these numbers do mean something. Now, this is the big question. What do these numbers mean? Now, my app on my iPad keeps crashing on me, so these numbers, I can't read off these numbers now.
Well, the BB-8 has number 11.
Okay.
Poe Dameron has number 53. Kylo Ren has number 67. Rey has 74. Finn has 76. And Stormtroopers have 81. And X-Wings 88. Falcon 96.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, were a lot of things I read were that's the page that they show up on, but that doesn't make sense.
I mean, it's a cool theory to think of, like but yeah, I don't know if I don't think I agree with that.
Why isn't it that's just the number of the card?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's any specific thing we should read into this.
Yeah.
But, like, does that mean we will get this many cards from this movie, I guess?
If it's a trading card, they'll make 100 or so of these things. So that's what I'm thinking is that that's just the number that's I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if it means something, maybe, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's just the number of the trading card.
Yeah, but the numbers are pretty sporadic, though. It seems like this should be pretty relatively close.
Yeah, but Rey and Finn are 74 to 76.
Yeah, that's
so you could have, and I don't know. You just think about all the stuff they're going to put at cards. Every ship, every character, every location. So
right.
I don't know until they. I guess we get more detailed on that. I don't know if I'm reading too much into that.
Right. But I mean, we've gotten some sort of new information about the trailer. I mean, kind of the official things I thought were pretty cool. There was a recent interview with Mark Hamill about just his time on set, and he revealed that no one really even asked about this, but he kind of just said that BB-8, that what we saw in the trailer, like that's a practical prop. That is a real prop, not a fake CGI thing that we saw.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, how does that blows my mind.
Yeah,
it really shouldn't be any surprise because if you remember that when they were doing the Force for Change charity. And J.J. Abrams was doing those videos.
Yeah.
He did that one video where he was in that kind of I'm calling it Tatooine, but like that kind of marketplace set. And there was that weird creature that came up to him.
Right.
Like that was an amazingly intense real looking animatronic.
Yeah.
So like it just makes sense that he would go all out, and making this a real prop, because we've heard nothing but great reports about how he's making everything seem real.
Right.
So like Mark
think
Hamill
that's-
said that he just got control of this thing.
Yeah, and I think that's going to set the standard, for the way 8 and 9 is probably portrayed, even though he's not directing them. So, yeah,
pretty cool. I like that.
Very
BB-8's
cool.
real. But and the last, well, maybe not the last, but the next piece of cool news from the trailer. I mean, if you watched it all the way through, you would have already known this. But at the very end of the trailer, there was that second lightsaber sound, and never really thought anything much of it. I thought it was just a cool sound they threw in the end.
right.
But people are speculating, and I agree. I'll go ahead and say I do agree that it is the sound of Luke Skywalker's, or I guess Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, the blue one.
Yeah.
Because people compared it to the sound that when he first ignited it in A New Hope, and they do sound the same. Now, if you pay careful attention to the lightsaber sounds, each sound, or I guess maybe the main character's lightsabers, they all do sound different
Yes.
when they ignite. Vader's is much more slower sounding. So it's pretty interesting. I think it's a little wink, I guess, to kind of tell us that Luke is his lightsaber. Maybe not his lightsaber, but he is indeed going to be, important in this
But
movie.
see, that's the rumor too, though, right? Is that his lightsaber is found? So
yeah. So do you think that's just a kind of a wink confirmation?
I think so. I think somehow she comes across, she as in Rey,
Rey
comes across Luke's lightsaber that he lost in Episode 5.
Yeah. I mean, and I was looking through some of the old concept art that was released, a while ago. And it's just like, I'm amazed at how this was even leaked, because in this one concept art, it's like painting. You have a female character, which I guess is now Rey. You have a male character, which it's hard to tell if it's Finn or not, which I assume it is. You have BB-8 right there.
Yep.
And you have some other alien creature. But
which is
male character,
probably what, Andy Serkis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, you're probably right. And the male character is holding a blue lightsaber. Mm-hmm. So like,
yeah, because that's the rumor, right? Is that the other rumor is that John Boyega, Finn, is not a stormtrooper.
Right.
Is that he's a Jedi.
Yeah, it seems like the rumor is going around that all these people are force sensitive. Like I've heard even Oscar Isaac might be force sensitive.
Really?
I've heard of that. I don't think I believe that, but I mean, that's just one of those rumors. But yeah, I think the most repetitive rumor I've heard is that Boyega and Ridley both are force sensitive.
Yes, and the thing about Boyega too is like, because the reason why he's kind of freaking out is because like he's basically undercover in a sense, or he's there. He wasn't, he's like just trying to be a stormtrooper, just to kind of almost like, Han and Luke in Episode 4. He's just trying to get somewhere.
Yeah.
So he's not a stormtrooper, but since that's all we've seen, I think it's led to people to believe, hey, he's been a stormtrooper. So I think that to me that makes more sense. I think that because something obviously happens to his squad or that squadron that land there, because he's freaking out when he gets up.
Well, do you think that he might be waking up from some kind of force vision?
Absolutely.
Because I don't know if the trailer was lined up that way, where it says, there has been an awakening. Have you felt it? And then boom, he wakes up.
Yeah, I think maybe he's waking up from some kind of ambush or assault that happened. Yeah, and he's like the only survivor. Yeah, and then obviously he goes into hiding and tries to find someplace to shelter, and then that's where he comes across Rey.
Yeah.
So, because I think that would make more sense that he's either a former Jedi or very force sensitive to be able to, because again, another rumor is that Boyega has a lightsaber fight with this. Oh yeah, this Sith or whatever he is. What's his name?
Kylo. Kylo Ren.
Yeah, Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, should he need to have learned it somewhere?
Yeah. And again, I'm just amazed at how this aligns with that comic book that was kind of rediscovered in a sorts of how, this starts off on a junkyard planet, a female character who's a solo descendant with her trusty old robot friend.
Yeah.
finds a lightsaber.
Yeah.
So it's very coincidental, but very cool. And there's other little kind of speculation about the trailer, like little things like how Poe Dameron is wearing that black and red helmet, how that new black X-wing that we saw is probably his.
Oh.
I mean, little things like that, which, it's something big or huge, but it's just little, interesting little observations.
Yeah.
And how the most recent thing I saw this video of people trying to dissect it. One thing that I actually agreed with, because they were saying some weird claims. One thing I agreed with was the villain, that shot of him walking into through the woods, and how he walks. We talked about this on the special edition episode. How we love how he's walking.
Yes.
It seems so evil and powerful, kind of a walk. Well, I've heard like maybe it's because he is, as the rumor suggests, he is kind of a cyborg, maybe. And he's walking because he can't really walk very well because he is got a lot of metallic parts of him. And if we go back to that concept art that we saw of the villain holding the crossguard lightsaber,
or even the one holding the Vader mask.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's like a very Darth Revan looking villain.
Yes,
or just a villain with a very messed up face. So I mean, that's very
which everybody kind of thought that was Luke, or saying that it's Luke.
Yeah,
Luke being the cyborg, which I still don't buy, because mainly I don't see the point in making him grow his beard out if you're going to just turn him into a cyborg.
Yeah.
So I believe it's the villain. I believe it's this guy. Now, did we talk about who it could be? Have we talked about that?
I actually can't remember if we talked about that. I mean, I think me and you have personally.
Yeah, outside of the show, right? So,
yeah,
the what I've been reading is that people are speculating that it could be one of three people. One being a Sith Inquisitor, just a Sith Inquisitor. That is one guy that has been helping Vader,
right,
at the time before Hunt Down the Jedi, and obviously he's still kind of carrying that stuff out. It could be Darth Revan, and then the other one is a resurrected Darth Bane.
Yeah,
because what has been pointed out. And I do believe that they've taken this from the expanding universe. Is this crossguard lightsaber that's rumored to be a very old saber? Therefore, that's why it looks a little different.
Yeah,
like the power is coming differently. Igniting it, and that would totally make sense, because I was kind of thrown off by that. Like, why are they changing the look of a lightsaber? You know what I mean? Because, but that would make sense why it looks different if it's very, very old. During the time of what used to be the Old Republic, the Knights of the Old Republic, but that's why I'm kind of in that boat where maybe this cyborg, that's how he's resurrected. He's rebuilt in a sense. Brought back to life, and this is his old lightsaber. I'm kind of going with that, to be honest. Because
if it is,
because if you think about it,
if it is Revan,
well, maybe not Revan. Revan is a rumor, because either resurrected Revan or a resurrected Bane.
Yeah,
because I keep going back to the Clone Wars, this Lost Missions thing. They purposely put Darth Bane in there to solidify his canon, right? Darth Bane was the creator of Rule of Two. That those novels that are out of him, those aren't canon anymore. So the only reference to him is this Clone Wars episode. where Yoda goes and sees him on Morban, right?
Yeah.
So to me, it's almost like, well, they're making conscious efforts to try to connect all of this stuff. You know, could it be a Darth Bane?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, I'll keep thinking back to that concept art about that the villain holding the crossguard lightsaber, you know, with that Darth Revan looking mask.
Yeah.
Like, that's straight up Darth Revan. Like,
I agree.
It's incredible. And the lightsaber is identical.
Yes.
Pretty much identical.
But Revan
Like
is not, technically, Revan is not canon right now, right?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, they almost put him in the Clone Wars.
They almost did, you're right.
Almost, but it would not have worked the way they planned on doing it. But they could be trying to make him, you know. But Darth Bane would make sense, because since he is the leader of the creator of the two, and
yes, like, you know, like, just think about it. Like the Inquisitors, you know, they think the Empire, you know, the Empire gets destroyed, or the SR gets destroyed, and they're just sitting there like, you know, what can we do? We need to learn. We need to become Sith again. You know, what if this is Darth Bane, you know, resurrected and basically realizes that the Rule 2 didn't work? Well, let's build an army again. You know, let's get all of these Sith together. There's no Jedis right now to stop us. And that's why Luke comes back.
Yeah.
I think I just created episode 7.
Yeah. That's
awesome.
Because the Force Awakens, you know, you have to think of what that could mean. You know?
I think it's been dormant. I mean, I think it's for 30 years it's been dormant. No one's been using it. No one's been finding new Force sensitive children. Which is interesting. God, I keep going back to it. It's awesome. I keep linking all these stories. You know, going back to Vader's appearance in Rebels, right? Wasn't it a little odd that he actually mentioned children of the Jedi, or children of the Force? You know, we have
which part again?
The part with Vader talking to the Inquisitor.
Oh yes, yeah.
You know, we have to capture and prevent these children of the Force from becoming Jedis. You know, so he knows that the problem that's still out there is these Force sensitive kids. I mean, you can't stop that. So, you know, it's only maybe fitting that this is kind of connecting to that in a sense. You know, where, you know, there's the Force is dormant, but there's obviously Force sensitive people out there still. Yeah. And it takes, you know, either a Sith or a Jedi to awaken it. So, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Crazy. Yeah. Super crazy.
So what else do we need to talk? What else are we going to talk about on that? Anything?
I mean, I don't know how much more I could talk about. I mean, I can talk a lot more, but I mean, yeah, there's not much kind of for sure kind of things about the trailer that people found out. Really, there's little stuff about, I don't know, like Daisy Ridley's goggles, or a kind of refashioned stormtrooper goggles in a way. Like, you know, did you hear about that?
No.
Like it's nothing big. Like her goggles in the trailer were retrofitted from stormtrooper helmet. Something. Yeah, I guess whatever. But it's just something small. But yeah, not much else new, really. Just
cool.
Yeah, crazy stuff, and
yeah. Well, it feels good to get back here and talk about it, because we just got so much to talk about, and it'll be just a couple short weeks until we get the return of Star Wars Rebels. In fact, it's 3 weeks from today. We will get the brand new Path of the Jedi episode with the return of Yoda. So check that out on Disney XD. And, of course, keep coming back to us every week. Now, one thing I want to mention before we get, unless you got something else. You got anything else you want to mention?
Nope.
One thing I do want to mention, and I've been trying to find where you could do this. Now, we haven't talked about this yet because I wanted to make sure it was official, but there's obviously there's tons of Star Wars podcasts out there, but there's one particular one out there that started this year called Far, Far Away Radio. Some of you guys may have maybe listening to it or not, but it's a podcast. Again, they mainly focus on episode 7. They're talking about kind of the movie coming out. So, but they were gracious enough to give us send us an email and let us know about a contest that they are running, and it's basically the first annual Star Wars Podcast Awards, where you can vote on your favorite Star Wars podcasts, your favorite hosts, Casey and Dave. You know, your favorite producer, your favorite theme-based episode or podcast. So I'm trying, I can't really see where you can do this, but apparently it's open for fan voting now. I'm going to get more information on that for you guys, because we really appreciate it if you like our show enough to give us a little quick vote. Now we I think 40% of the vote is host based voting. So we got to vote. You can't vote for yourself, but we got to vote for other shows, and the rest of it, the 60% of the rest, is supposed to be fan voting. So I just wanted to let everybody know we'll contact you or tweet it out or something like that as soon as we find out exactly where fans can go to vote, either for us if you can. I think we're only in. Are we in 2 categories? I think we're several. I mean, we're
we are producer, hosts, favorite show, I guess. I think just like favorite. So I think 3 or 4.
Yeah, okay. I think the only other ones were you can vote for like the best Star Wars focusing on television. There's like a themed theme shows, best categories.
Rookie show, I think.
Oh yeah, best new show. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not new. We've been around, guys.
Yeah, they had to start in 2014, right? Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But, again, pretty cool thing, and, I guess something they're going to try to do every year, so we're going to, in fact, I've been trying to, I'm going to get one of those guys on the show here and have them talk about it here soon, I think, because I want to reach out to them. They did a good thing here, getting this thing going and get connecting with us, so. All right, so other than that, I think, unfortunately, I think that's all the Star Wars stuff we're going to talk about.
For this week.
Correct. All right, so we'll do some trivia, I guess.
Trivia, let's do that.
All right, and I've got question 1352.
Okay.
Out of Obsessed with Star Wars, 13. By the way, anybody out there looking for Christmas gifts, this is an awesome gift to get.
Yeah.
You can get it at any bookstore. It's called Obsessed with Star Wars. 2,500 questions. Got a little electronic, device that picks your questions and whatnot. So it's pretty awesome. It's all multiple choice, obviously. All right, so 1352. We're in the A New Hope era. And here we go. Who was Red 7 during the Battle of Yavin?
Good question.
Who was Red 7 during the Battle of Yavin? Was it A, Wedge Antilles, B, Elakik Rue, C, Jet Porkins, or D, Biggs Darklighter?
Good question.
You got it in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Red 7. Wow, Battle of Yavin. Off the top of my head, I don't think I know the exact answer, but if I
have a guess, man, I can picture them saying Red 7.
Yes, definitely one of them.
Watch
says
it, Red 7. Yeah. I'm gonna go with D.
Biggs.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if that's right or not. I'm trying to think of the scene. Wow. Okay, so do you even know who Elahek Rue is? Because I think I know who it is.
That's the only one I don't know. Probably know the face. 'Cause I've seen the movie so many times, but
I think I'm gonna go see Jet Porkins.
okay. Whoa. All right then.
Yeah, I don't think it's Biggs.
Okay.
Because I think Biggs is Red 3. And I think Wedge is Red 2. In fact, I know for a fact he's Red 2. And then Luke was Red 5.
Red 5.
So I think it's B or C, but I'm going with Jet Porkins. So I'll pick D, though, for Biggs. And not Biggs.
Oh, no.
It's B. Elahek Rue.
I was freaking thinking we were going to get surprised. Who is this guy? Elahek. What the heck, Elahek? Rue?
Yeah.
Elahek Rue.
See as we see
Oh,
him.
it's that jerk. I think that
jerk.
Is it the guy from? Hold on. Is that not the guy in the?
That's weird. I don't even know who that is.
No, I can't think of it. I thought that was the guy who was like talking. It's like that's impossible, even for a droid. But that's not that guy.
That's Wedge that said that.
Are you sure?
Yes. The one that says that's impossible even for a computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Wedge.
Elahek Rue.
This guy.
Yeah,
I don't even know who this guy is.
I have no idea. I can't think of him.
Does he even have? He doesn't even have a canon thing. He must be a Legends guy, but he's in the movie. I mean, that's him.
Yeah,
I see a shot of him.
He's canon.
Weird. Weird.
Funny.
Anyway, we missed it.
We missed it. We're bad Star Wars fans.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Check us out next week. Of course, you can check out all of our shows InsideTheForce.com. Go there. Our last episode where we kind of break down our first thoughts of the teaser, and then, of course, this episode, we broke it down even more, and I'm sure we're going to keep analyzing it as things get revealed. Again, Star Wars Celebration coming in April. Go to StarWarsCelebration.com. You can get your tickets right there. I totally suggest a 4-day pass if you can be there to see it all. I haven't been to Anaheim. They had Celebration 4 out there at Los Angeles, the Staples Center, right by the Staples Center and Convention Center, Los Angeles Convention Center. So, be interesting to see how this turnout does in Anaheim. Can't wait to try to. I'm pretty sure I'm going. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm going. You can check out Casey on Twitter at Kryptonian1138. I am D Cottingham21. Our Twitter account here, Inside the Force, obviously, and of course on Facebook at Inside the Force. What else am I missing? Anything else? I think that's it.
Facebook, I guess.
Yeah, I said Facebook at Inside the Force.
Okay,
so.
Gotcha.
Everything's inside the Force. Inside the Force.
We are inside of it.
We really appreciate everybody commenting and telling us how much you like us. Do us a favor if you can. Share us. Let people know about us. Go on iTunes. Give us a little comment. Yes. And again, we will let you know if you can when and how you can vote for us as your favorite Star Wars podcast, because that would be awesome.
Be sweet.
Sweet. We got some stiff competition out there. There's some big podcasts out there, so I'm not. It's gonna take us a little while to take them down.
Yeah, no. just be nominated. I'm just honored to be nominated.
Yeah.
To be considered.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. All right. So take care, everybody. Have a. We'll be back next week before Christmas. A little holiday issue episode.
Holiday special.
And you got some big stuff coming up. You got a new house you're getting into.
Oh gosh, yes, that's right. I'm moving in 2 weeks.
Yes. So good luck with that.
Thank you. Yes. Indeed. Luck. My experience is no such thing as luck.
Very good.
Which I'll go ahead and say as my quote for today.
Okay, there you go. I was about to say it, but there you go. There's the quote.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, do it again.
One of my favorite quotes.
And for Casey Cooley.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
Nice. There you go.
I love that. I say that a lot. I love quoting Obi-Wan Kenobi in real life.
Yeah, totally. All right, people. Thanks for checking us out. Again, go check out YouTube channel on Star Wars. They got some great videos that they're releasing. If you haven't seen the behind the scenes of each episode of the Star Wars Rebels, it's on there called Rebels Recon. Check that out. Get ready for the next part of the season, which is in 3 weeks on January 5th. All right, everybody. He's Casey Cooley.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm David Cottingham, and may the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.